Welcome to the AudPod, where we're talking Kitchener Rangers hockey with the oddballs themselves, Andrew and Justin. Take it away, fellas.
Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Justin.
It's our holiday extravaganza.
Merry holidays.
Merry all the happiness.
A week off from Rangers hockey.
A week off from Rangers.
That's what I got for Christmas. I don't like it at all.
Hey, Andrew, tuck in.
Okay.
Do you got your cocoa?
No, I don't. I didn't know I was supposed to bring cocoa.
Do you have a blanket?
No, I don't have any of this. I'm wearing your sweater.
Oh, okay.
You brought me a Christmas sweater because I didn't have an ugly Christmas sweater.
I know.
No, I'm wearing this R2D2 abomination.
Yeah. I have my sparkly flames.
Yeah,
Christmas
that's the
sweater on.
ugliest Christmas sweater I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Side note, one time I won the only time the Calgary Flames logo has ever graced this glorious body, I won a ugly Christmas sweater contest in Edmonton.
Oh, nice.
I was like, this'll win. I'll sell out for this. Easy. Walked
Nice.
away with it.
Great. What'd you win?
I don't remember, but it was like a gift card or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like monetary value.
Yeah, it was. It was worth selling out for. If you don't know, I've been known to sell out.
Oh, we know.
Yeah.
Oh, we know.
One day we'll get into that.
Okay. But Andrew, I have a story for you. 'Twas the night before the holiday break, and all through the odd, not a player was stirring, not even the Shab. The Rangers stood proudly, their season first rate, with 22 wins, 6 losses, 2 overtime losses, and points at 47. Their play on the ice felt like hockey heaven. On Pridham, on Misiljevic, on Romano, and Swick. Their skill on the ice make them look like Sandy Fitzpatrick.
Nice rhyme.
Through blue lines and breakouts, they skate with great cheer, pulling the Rangers faithful through a memorable year. Now Reed, now Andonovsky, now Chromiak and Campbell. Their defensive prowess makes everyone scramble. To the top of the league, we'll give it our all. Dash away, dish away, sauce away all. With Parsons in net, a wall we can trust. Memories of Gibson, whose saves were robust. The forwards with speeds, their efforts untamed, recalling Bellows and Richards, legacies forever named. The team works as one under the Juice's watchful eye, leaving their opponents grounded, no matter how hard they try. In sync lines working with rhythm and fervor, scoring with flair, wherever, just like Bill Barber. So here's to the Rangers in red, white, and blue. Enjoy the break. See you in the new year. Woohoo! Thank you.
Oh, yeah. That wasn't facetious. That was real applause. I felt like I needed like a full crowd I needed the odd to be listening to that because that was actually very impressive. And I don't know what you're doing here.
Yeah.
What are you doing here if you can just make stuff up like that?
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. I don't know.
Stolen a little bit from my friends over at Keeping Carlson who do a 'Twas the Night Before Hockey every year.
Okay.
I thought this might be a nice holiday break.
Yes, it was very good. I loved it. Great job.
So yeah, we're throwing out the playbook tonight. We're gonna talk about the season so far. We got some awards at some point. We got some some stuff to talk about.
We got stuff to talk about. It's been it's not quite halfway through the season, but it's almost halfway
Close
through the
enough.
season.
Feels like a natural point.
Place to take a break and break off from our general what am I trying to say?
Poddiness.
Poddiness. The odd poddiness. The AudPodies are coming later, sponsored by Tushy. Yeah. We're going to get that Tushy sponsorship. I just installed a second one in my house, by the way.
All right, so we've had a great season so far. I mean, like the poetry said, we're 22-6-2. Come on.
Did anyone expect this?
At the beginning of the season, when the OHL podcast did their preseason rankings, I can't remember if it was Mike Farwell or it was Dan Mahar. They said the Rangers might not make the playoffs.
That's right. You shared that with me.
Yes. it didn't even seem inconceivable at that time. It was like, okay, yeah, we lost some good players. We sold some things.
Okay, that's what I want to talk about.
Yeah. We sold some things.
We sold some things. We're where we are. Do you feel like we're a Carson Rakoff away from winning the OHL championship?
Ooh, that's a great question. It does lead into this segment, which I want to calling it Sticks in the City. Because are you a Dan? Are you a Jason? Or are you a Sean?
Personally, like, are you asking me that?
I could give more context on this.
Yeah,
too.
I'd love to know because I don't. There's reasons I'm bald.
Yeah.
I'm performative.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes I sound like I'm talking over Zoom. And that's just a mic quality thing. He does an awesome job.
Against London on Sunday, Sean Fafaro at intermission asked Dan and Jason, and then he himself answered. He asked, at the trade deadline, should we be sellers, buyers, or stay the same? Dan said he was a light buyer. Jason said he was a light seller, and Sean said he'd stay the same. So are you a Dan, a Jason, or a Sean?
I'm a buyer. I think we're a stand pat. I think that's what Mike McKenzie's going to do.
Okay.
So not counting the trade that happened.
But what do you want to do?
I want to buy. I want to buy. Of course I want to buy. I really believe that, like, I watch these games against Windsor and London, which are the only two teams that have given us trouble. And I think we're either like an elite defenseman away or a top 5 scorer in the league away from we're either missing that one extra goal per game. So it's either you're going to shut down the other team for one goal or you're going to score an extra goal.
Yeah.
So to me, the goal differential really, after watching this many games between Kitchener, London, and Windsor, which are like the class of at least our conference, and throw Oshawa in there as well. I think it's like a 1-goal game. These games are.
Interesting.
I mean, I think obviously you could count up the goals and the goal differential, and that wouldn't be true. But we got to throw out that one Windsor game. There was a 2-goal game against London, but it was an empty netter. I think they're a goal away.
Yep.
And I also think the style of play that they play, like against London, they're chasing. London is literally holding on for dear life in these games.
But they just seem to be in the Rangers' heads. It doesn't even feel like a performance thing. It just feels like it's a mental thing.
No, and I totally agree. I feel like they're the big bad wolf, and we need somebody who's not in that mindset to come in and help us beat London.
Yeah.
What are you?
I'm a Sean. I must stay the same. And probably, I agree. I think that's where we'll actually end up landing. Because I feel like I feel like this team is really good. My reasoning is almost exactly the same as yours. But there's a few things that the team just has, breakaways being one of them, and the power play.
Yeah.
I think those two things, systems cleaned up a little bit, get those two of those things going, stop some of those breakaways, get the power play going, and you have that goal a game.
I agree. I just, and this isn't a takeaway from anybody who's doing their thing on our team. If you had that elite number 1 D-man, that's probably your power play quarterback as well.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Cameron Reed's doing an awesome job, and Ananovsky when he's out there, and sometimes you see Diracolo out there, and guys are out there and they can move the puck.
Yeah.
And Chromiak has been the surprise of the season because he was brought in to be a defensive defenseman, and he's been a 2-way defenseman.
Absolutely.
But I think it's either that big shutdown guy who can also play power play quarterback, or who is the trigger man? Who is the elite shot on the team? Misiljevic, but we haven't seen that translate to power play.
That's true.
We haven't seen, Pridham has the wheels. He
obviously has the shot. We've seen the shot.
Unbelievably dynamic in transition, but power play, when the pace slows down, who's standing out is we got to get it to that guy, because that's the guy who, I'll refer this back to my NHL experience. I watched a very bad team struggle with special teams for many years as an Oilers fan. And then obviously now in the past few years, they've had this record setting run on special teams. And it's always the same guys, right? I don't think you can't just go to the store and buy an elite trigger man or a number 1D. And I just know that they have the picks.
That's where I kind of get into it. I'm like, we also see London loading up now. Like, they just got Cam Allen. Like,
I don't even understand how they had all those picks.
I don't either. But you imagine that the floor has to fall out at some point.
But they just keep getting, like, Nepo babies. And they just keep getting, like, these same top recruits to their system. Like, they draft guys. I don't know how they do it.
I don't know how they
and
do
then they'll
that.
just, and this is the thing, is even if they're not heads and shoulders above the competition midway through the season, they'll just somehow have all these picks that they'll trade.
There's one guy on the Rangers that I feel like hasn't gotten going to his full potential yet, and that's Elenaz. Like, he's been playing really well,
yeah.
but I think there's another gear to him as well.
Yeah.
And I wonder if he's the finisher. Like, I think he's got it in him.
Yeah, I do. I agree with that. I do think Elenaz on Power Play 1 could be that guy. He's kind of a funny player, I think, because I think there's a lot of chances that he doesn't bury, but it's not like because like he's not a finisher. It's just that like it's just you don't score all the time at any level of hockey.
Right.
So he could be could he take a step in the second half? We're going to need him to.
Yeah,
we're
for
going
sure.
We're going to need Pridham to keep scoring at, like he's leading the team in points per game.
Yes. Yeah.
So
no, Pridham has been, and I mean we talked about it last week on the pod. We were talking about that the armpit shot. Like he's able to pick the spots and put it in. Like he's got the finishing ability. I mean, again, he's only really been with the team for 14 games now.
It's
so
true.
So there could be another step when he gets that more chemistry with the guys. And
I just don't think they need depth. I think that they've got depth on forward and defense.
That's what I think too.
They've got all of this. We just said goodbye to Justin Botno.
Yeah.
Because they have too much depth. Because
too many guys.
Like Justin Botno has to be playing more minutes per night because he's a good player and he deserves it just for his career.
Yeah. So again, we're recording on Wednesday, so the Sarnia game is tonight.
Yes.
And we saw that Lamb is getting, I think, healthy scratched, and for Lachar to come in and And, there's just too many guys on the team. That's kind of what it feels like, too.
I think Lachar kind of earned his way into that by
sure.
being the player he was against London. He's kind of a pest. They don't really have that.
Yep.
If he's not in the lineup. Like, there's physical guys, don't get me wrong.
No, but
like,
it's a different level.
There's a different level. Like, Lachar is happy to be the villain. And I think that you kind of need that at this stage in the season, because this is kind of like when it gets to become a bit of a slog, right? Like, you want an energy guy. I mean, to have Tanner Lamb forced out, that tells you how much depth they have. But Lamb's scoring has petered off quite a bit. Now, that could be due to opportunities. Pridham kind of came in and took his role.
Yep.
Is it crazy to think that somebody wouldn't be interested in a Tanner Lamb and some draft picks?
Yeah.
Like, to me, Tanner Lamb deserves to be playing every night.
I think so too.
So I don't know what they do. Personally, I'm with you in the sense that I think they will stand pat.
Yeah. It was not do I think. It's like I want them to stand pat.
Right.
You want them to buy.
I want them to buy a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
if they can.
light buyer.
A light buyer.
You're a Dan.
I'm a Dan.
I'm a Sean.
You're a Sean. You're not as well dressed as Sean. I'll put it that way.
Absolutely not. Never. I got ridiculed as I left the house tonight because my hat is navy and my sweater has black on it, and it clashes.
Black and navy clash?
That's what I was told.
Does she know that we have black in the logo on
no,
the hat?
I think it's the way that it presents itself.
Okay.
Here.
All right. Well, okay. I'll give her that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
It does clash now that I'm actually looking
Now
at
that
it.
you're looking at me.
Yeah,
For the first time today, you've looked at me.
Justin, it looks terrible.
I know.
No, I just mean the sweater.
It's because it has the Flames logo on it.
Yes. I like it that it lights up.
Yeah, it does have little twinkly lights, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I tried to change the battery because I think they're supposed to be brighter, but I couldn't figure out how.
They're pretty bright.
Exciting about the holiday break, we have the World Juniors.
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day, it starts.
Yes, it does. And we've got some great OHL talent. We've got Gavin McKenna coming out of the WHL, which I'm really excited to see because I think everyone has had him circled as the number one pick next draft, not this one coming the next draft.
I had no idea.
And then obviously we've got like Schaefer from Erie, and we've got Porter Martone, and we've got like
Old friend, new enemy,
Yes.
Carson Rakoff.
Carson Rakoff. We got some great players from the OHL representing, so I'm excited to see how those guys do because last year was a bust.
Yeah. Yep. So we got to rebound.
It's true. It's our game. It's Canada's game.
That's what they call it.
Yeah.
And now we're moving on to the AudPodies.
The AudPodies, sponsored by Tushy. No,
Maybe
it's
one
not.
day.
One day. I believe
Next
in us.
year, we'll get little toilet awards, and they'll have to sponsor us.
They'll have to.
Yes.
I'll just keep emailing them.
Yes, do that.
Keep tagging them in our posts.
So we basically just come up with a bunch of random awards that we're going to give out. Andrew, start us off.
All right. I have the best and most likely future Oiler award,
Oh no.
and that's to our guy, Jackson Parsons.
Oh, no.
Sorry, that was a dream for me. That's a dream award for me.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I'll throw it over to you.
For the man that gives us our defense and isn't afraid to stand up for his teammates, and as we talked about last week, give the little ego shot. I'm giving the Pop and Lock award to
Diracolo. Awesome. This next one is the Insurance Broker Award. Because sometimes you just need a little insurance.
Oh yeah.
Insurance or insurance? Depends on where you're from.
Yep.
Doesn't matter because this man will be there, like State Farm, I guess. This is not sponsored by State Farm, but Chris Grisolia, who leads the Rangers in insurance markers with 3 on the season. He's been a great acquisition. Chris Grisolia.
I hate that the insurance marker is a stat that they track
They
and not
track it.
blocks.
They track insurance markers, not blocks. Yes.
Cool. My next award is the Hunter Brustevich Memorial Interview Award,
Okay, first of all, he is still with us.
but he's not with the team anymore. And this is because last year he took the mic and interviewed Sean Fafaro after a game and became the interviewer. So the greatest interviewer goes this year to Sean Fafaro for making the Juice belly laugh.
Awesome. All right, my next award is the Minuteman Award, the 60 Seconds or Less Award. We have 3 recipients this year.
What?
Our third recipient is Tanner Lamb, who scored 53 seconds into a game.
Oh.
Then we have Trent Swick, who scored 49 seconds into a game. And our last recipient, who did it the quickest, Jack Pridham, 37 seconds into the game.
That was so fast.
I couldn't believe that. When I was going through it, I was like, who has the fastest goal in the season so far?
Yeah.
And
There's 3 under a minute.
3 under a minute, so I've got to shout them all out because that's like, come on. Like, the difference is 16 seconds. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My next award is for the pass of all passes. I have the Mom, I Did All the Dishes award to Cameron Reed for the pass from the ass.
Love it. My next award is the Kitchener-born Daryl Sittler Award for the most points in a single game.
Oh.
Goes to Adrian Miseljevic, who had 6 points, 3 goals, 3 assists versus Sudbury in an 8-4 win.
And still only got the 3rd star of the CHL that day.
That day, yeah. That was insane. Yes. Yes.
And my last award for the man that comes up with all the great nicknames, including but not limited to the Juice, Diracolo, LeCharizard, and of course, the Andalorian. I have the Moniker Maestro Award for my partner here, Mr. Andrew Merrigan.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks.
I don't have an award for you.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
So, I mean, like I said,
I'll hold it against you.
if there was an award for mispronunciation, I would have got it last week because I led you astray with Cedric Gandon.
Well, neither of us got it right.
We didn't, but I was like, that's Gwendon.
Yeah. And
To be fair.
Gandon.
Yeah, Gandon. All right, I've got one last one, and then I've got a bonus one.
Oh, okay.
So I've got one last one. This one's the Middle Name Danger Award. All right?
Okay.
It goes to our boy Andrew Vermeulen, who has 34 dangerous shots on 45 total shots this season. So he literally is a quality over quantity man, a 75.5% clip.
If I was looking up his name, I'd probably call him Andrew Danger Vermeulen.
Yes. Nice. Nice. He might mispronounce names, but he's quick. He's clever. All right, now we have a bonus one.
Yeah.
Okay? This comes from my wife. She wanted to make sure that it came from her because she's like, it might be weird coming from two middle-aged guys on
Great.
a podcast.
Okay.
She said, the best player photo award.
Yeah.
All right? She narrowed it down to 2. Okay? I'm not going to tell you which 2. I'm just going to tell you the winner.
Yeah.
And it was due to his great big smile, which he's literally the only guy on the team smiling.
Oh, no.
And that goes to Cameron Mercer.
Aw. Oh,
Again,
Mercer.
not from us, because apparently it might be weird if we give this out. I don't know. I don't understand why, but
Nice.
yeah.
And that was the first annual AudPodies.
AudPodies.
All right, Andrew. That was our first ever holiday extravaganza.
Oh, so good. Now you got to open that on the pod. I got you a gift.
You got me a gift.
I got you a gift.
Okay, I'll put my computer over here.
This is,
Should I shake it?
no, don't shake it.
It's not shakeable.
Well, you could shake it, but you might.
In the audio medium, I was trying to give you something.
No, you can tear it open. Part of it's for your dad, for
Oh.
Ken Bourne, director of merchandise and branding.
Okay. It says, do not fold. And it says something about Quebec.
Do
But it's
not fold. There you go. That's the Rangers' mantra this year.
Do not fold. Oh my goodness. There's some pucks. There's an AudPod puck. Oh my gosh. And our picture from when we shot the pucks on the ice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
And then there's
awesome.
another one in there.
And then there's
And
another.
that one's for your dad.
This one's for my dad, and it has a picture of me and my dad when Andrew and I took him to the game when he was here visiting. And oh, that's awesome. Thank you, buddy.
No worries, man.
Is there more in here?
Oh, there's a little bit more.
Oh,
in
there's
there.
more. Oh my goodness. Ooh, there's some hockey cards. Oh, we have a beautiful holographic / transparent Johnny Gaudreau, Calgary Flames.
That one's numbered. That one's numbered.
Oh, this one's numbered.
Yeah.
34 of 199.
Yes,
Johnny Gaudreau.
Pretty good one. Rest
Very
in peace,
cool.
Johnny
Yeah,
Hockey.
Johnny. Oh, this next one is beautiful. That's a Mika Kiprasov. Oh, that's a jersey cutout.
That's a jersey cutout.
Ooh, cool. Game used jersey. 73 of 100. Very cool. Mika Kiprasov. Oh, this is awesome.
And then I was only going to get you the 2 cards, but then I've read this card and I laughed and I
Okay.
was like, okay, I have to get you this card.
Okay, so this is another Johnny Gaudreau. This is the Shining Stars one, hollow as well. Gaudreau recorded his first career hat trick in a win over Los Angeles on December 22nd, 2014, and then scored 2 goals in a win over Edmonton on December 27th. The rookie's performance earned him NHL First Star of the Week honors for the week ending December 28th.
I just laughed. Because I was like, it's like this time
Burn.
of year.
Yeah.
And it's against Edmonton. So I was like, all right, well,
What
I
a-
wasn't going to get that one, but it was literally buy 2, get 1 free at Klutz and Chara. And I saw that one and I was like, all right, whatever. I'll give him that one because that
This
one's
is
funny.
amazing. Thanks,
Yeah,
buddy.
you're
I'll give
welcome,
you a
man.
hug through
Yeah.
audio hug.
Audio hug.
Thanks, man.
No worries, man. And if you're wondering, Justin did get me a Christmas present, but I believe it's to go under my tree because, yeah.
Well, except for the cinnamon buns, which you should eat before Christmas because they are fresh.
Yes, I'm going to eat the cinnamon buns on the drive home.
Yeah.
In fact, first my wife is going to know about the cinnamon buns is when she listens to this.
Yeah.
She's like, there was cinnamon buns? And I'm going to be like, no.
No.
I've actually been counting calories, and Justin is like, you know what? Here's some cinnamon buns.
Yeah. I said if you wanted to count the calories, just weigh the cinnamon bun and then put it in your calorie tracker as butter.
Straight butter. I love it.
There we go. So we should do our typical thank yous.
Yes, we should.
So thank yous to, of course, Ken Bourne.
Ken Bourne, we got you a puck, buddy.
Yeah. Puck coming your way. Of course, to the prodigal producer, Liam.
Liam, the phenom, we're so grateful you're still with us.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you're just hanging in there as perhaps we haven't had any notes lately.
No, that's true.
All right, so
Yeah,
Liam,
Liam.
if there's some notes to shake it up, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah, we're 15 episodes in. We definitely Should probably learn some things.
We
by this
should,
point.
yeah.
Then of course we're at the Kitchener Public Library this week, so
The home away from home.
the home away from home. And then you can find us on the socials.
Yeah, if you want to find us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, or X, but Twitter, you can find us at the Odd Podcast. It's the same on every platform. If you have interesting information about the Odd, Kitchener, Cambridge, Waterloo, or the Kitchener Rangers, or maybe you have a GROAT nomination, which is the greatest Ranger of all time, that we will resume in our next episode, you can email us at theoddpodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Like, subscribe, follow in all the places that
Yes.
you listen to your podcast.
And we post clips on our socials, so we're a good follow because we'll put up some funny stuff. We like to think it's funny.
we think
anyway.
it's funny.
Yeah.
And as always, you can find us, maybe not this week, but next week at
The Kitchener Memorial Auditorium.
See You at the Odd.